Monday. Y'all, we at the top of the week. We had a brand new week, new blessings, new beginnings. That's how I see it. And y'all, this is the last week of July. Y'all, people getting prepared, parents getting prepared for their kids for back to school. Blessings goes out to parents, families, guardians, anybody that's putting their kids back to school. We're praying, we're standing united that this be a safe school year for our kiddos, for our children. It just be safe. The kids, they have a mind to learn. They have a mind to do the right thing. Parents, that's been teaching their kids the right thing and how to behave and how to be respectful to themselves and others, that those words will not go wasted. So we just praying as we gearing into back to school the last week of July, because school starts back in my area next week. So we just, sending off some good vibes and cheer for back to school. You know what I'm saying? My personal opinion, if you have kids, y'all go to church Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Go to church this coming Sunday. Get your kids prayed over. You know what I'm saying? A prayer community is important, is vital in the climate that we're in. We in some climate, y'all. We in this climate, and we gotta stay prayed up. So my advice, get your kids, get your kids prayed over. Even if you you a parent, you don't go, send your kids with a trusted adult, an individual. Do it for your kids. If you must I say, do it for your kids. Get those kids geared up, ready to tackle a new school year, so they can go in the new school year confident. They can, not only they got clothes and supplies, but they go in confident. They go in knowing they got it. They got, they can be able to conquer all things. They can learn. They can pass the exams and tests. They can think quickly. Pray over your kids' mind and head before they go off to school. Pray that they have an easy mind of learning. That whatever they're struggling in, that they can be able to pick that thing up easily. It's certain prayers you got to pray and lay hands over your kids. Y'all, we in that climate. We are in serious perilous times. You got to be able to do it. You got every day. You cannot miss a beat. You got to do that. And then that's why I says we go into a new school year, do that, as you start the week off right. Get those kids prayed over, y'all. We got to, to come against negative influences, negative thoughts, suicidal ideation, depression, anxiety, bullying, not loving themselves, lack of confidence. Get those kids prayed over, and you do the same thing for your kids. Okay, so my topic is but today, Motivational Monday. But today, y'all, is precious. The day that we here, the day that the Lord has allowed us to be here is precious. So on this day, we got to make it count. We got to make it count, y'all. We can't let today pass us by. We got to take advantage of today. Okay, it's hard to grow when you're not planted. People, want to grow. You want to be better, do better. But if you're not planted, it's hard to grow. You got to get roots and ground and things that like I always say, go back to the basics and things that make sense, things that's been working, things that been prospering you, things that go back to some of your old teachings, like maybe things your parents taught you, things that you learned from from church or anything. Get back to it, y'all. You got to get back to the basics. Because if you're not planted, if you all over the place, you undecisive, you just in between decisions all the time, that means you're not planted. You got to get planted. Figure out your destiny. You got to figure out your destiny, not somebody else's. Not what somebody else doing, because you don't have the grace to do what they do. You got the grace for your life. So you got to figure that out. It's hard to come up when you're not aligned. When you're not aligned, I'm just going to break it down. When you're not aligned to God, you're not having a prayer life, you're not knowing your purpose, It's hard to come up. Come up, and promotion comes from above. So that comes from if you operating in the gifts and talent, the talent, the gifts that God give you. You operating in that. You optimizing on what it is that you're good at. You're standing in that. Hey bro, happy Monday. You can optimize when you're doing good and stuff. That is like two people. That is like, say if I'm gonna use my brother on here since he's on here. Say I'm good at applying makeup. I'm gonna use that, and say he's good at welding. You know, if I'm not good and have the ingredients that he got, and I'm trying to tap into his field, I'm not gonna optimize on that. It's gonna be something I'm lacking. It's gonna be something. It's gonna be information that I don't know. It's gonna be things that's going to prevent me from optimizing and doing my best in that field. Vice versa. If he comes into stuff that I'm desiring and good at, and he try operating in that, he's not going to be his best. He's not going to be able to have the influence that he needs. And our gifts and talents really is things that's going to help others. It's not for us. Our talents and gifts are not for us. It's for others. So if I try tapping into his gifts, I'm not going to succeed in that. It's not going to do other people any good, and vice versa. So you got to look at it like that. What are you in your lane? Are you trying to tap in to what you see somebody else is doing? Don't waste time today. Wasting time can means you not getting started. That means you just in areas that ain't serving you purpose. When you can be doing something else, but you in other areas and lanes. That's just a waste of time. We're not gonna get that time back. We already in July. We got like five more months left in 2026. So do you see how time is going? We already at the end of July. So if you think about if you didn't get started yet, you didn't work on goals, or you didn't level up or align, look how many months you already wasted. You know what I'm saying? When you could have been doing something, you can do a lot in a 6 month time span. You can do a lot in a month time span if you just constantly get at it. So that wasting time is not good. We can't speak for tomorrow. Tomorrow is uncertain. So what that means, we got to capitalize off today. We can't speak for tomorrow. We don't know what tomorrow might bring. We can hope for the best. We can speak things into existence. Like we can say, tomorrow gonna be a good day, or I'm gonna get this done. You can say that, but you really don't know what it's gonna be like tomorrow, what tomorrow gonna bring. So that's why you gotta take advantage and do the things you gotta do for this day, because you just don't know. Procrastination is not good either. That's wasting time when you could have already now got that thing done, and you putting off, and now it ain't never got done. Or when you about to get it done, you don't have the motivation to do it. Sometimes when you can procrastinate, you don't have the motivation. That's why the energy you have today, do it now. You don't want to wait till you putting off and then you don't want to do it. Like, to give myself an example, like say when if I'm cooking or whatever, I'm cooking and I ate, sat down, and I got dishes full of dishes in the sink, and I sat down, watch a movie or two, got comfortable. Now I'm tired, and then it's like, okay, now I don't want to go back to my dishes. So whenever I had the energy as I'm cooking, I'm going ahead getting the dishes out the way. So whenever I sit down and eat my meal, I don't have much to do because I already got it out the way. So that's the same thing with procrastination. If it's something that you already know you have to do, you have the energy, go ahead and get it done. Because you might mess around with it later on. You're going to get distracted. Somebody might call. Something might come up, or you might don't feel like doing it, and it's not going to get done. So that's the thing with procrastination. So yeah, time. But today, y'all, we got to do it today. We can't prosper when we waste time. It's hard to grow when we're not planted. It's time out for moving here and there, here and there. Great morning, Hands Raj. Hard to come up when you're not aligned. When you don't have no type of alignment, no type of, you know, like how can I give an example? When you're planning something and you don't have like the little sticks or borders or different stuff to, like, you know, like people put those different borders and sticks. They might build like a little gate or fence around their vegetables or plant. That's for it to grow right. They're trying to like keep it from growing all over the place and growing wild. So that's the same thing. Like, you know, that's like an alignment, because you want to grow the way you want to grow. You want to be fruitful. You want the thing to get its full effect. So whenever, that's the same thing like with our life. When you're not in alignment to God, goals, the things that God put in us, you just kind of all over the place. You're not going to get the full fruit of your life. You wasting time at that point. So, and then my thing is, let's go back to that plant. When you don't have those different parameters or borders around the plant or vegetable you're trying to grow, then it's going to require you to do more work on the back end, because you got to be steady pruning. You got to be steady shaping, cutting. When you just could just in the beginning, go ahead and build a thing you need to build so it can grow right. Because you're going to do the work either way, either on the front end or back end. Why not get it out the way? That is my mindset. Why not get it out the way instead of just waiting? Just get it out the way and be done with it, so you can move on to the next thing. Because it's kind of hard to move to the next thing when you got to steady backtrack and keep going back. You just wasting time at that point. That is my philosophy on that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and head off. So, yeah, but today, let's get focused. It's Monday, Motivational Monday, but Money Making Monday. Y'all manifested Monday. Whatever this Monday is to you, y'all say those self affirmations, those proclamations. Speak life over yourself, over your kids. You know, just go into a new week. Like I'm going to go into this new week with getting this thing done. You know what I'm saying? Not wasting time, not playing. So I'm going to go ahead and head off, y'all. Before I go, y'all, I'm wearing my girl Boss. This is on my site, Styles For Me. I got this in 12 other colors on my site. So if you're new to my page, I have my own lipstick and liquid matte line. So I'll put the website in the comments once I get off. Also, I also have my blog website, to where I do lifestyle blogs. I write different topics on, you know, different things that's going on, stuff that's helpful. Just like all lifestyle, you know, stuff that's helpful. Things that can pretty much can help tailor, you know, to your life or whatever. So y'all go check that out. April Blog down online. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and head off. Happy Motivational Monday, y'all. But today, let's get encouraged, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go.